After the Life of Pi, I was wondering, were you craving a more naturalistic story, a sort of based more, I guess, grounded in real themes in the real world?
Not necessarily, but more naturalistic look, yes. Sometimes that require seemingly more realistic stories, yeah.
So talking of the
It's
naturalistic,
dimensionalized, because once I done Pi, I got into the dimensionalized filmmaking. I think it's a new language, which digital cinema allow it to. But then you really have to see more with more clarity and less strobe and all that. And once you do that, it's a whole different kind of a vocabulary. So that's something I would like to explore too.
because it's 120 frames per second. I mean, it looks kind of incredible. You really feel like you're in every single shot. I mean, is this something you can see yourself doing more of in the future? Can you see more filmmakers starting to really take on this approach going forward?
Other filmmakers, I don't know, but I can see myself, if I'm allowed to, I will continue.
I mean,
This is something new. I have a lot of curiosity. I want to find out more about it.
Because there's a lot of theatres that aren't equipped to play this particular movie. I mean, is that something that concerns you, or have you got like a kind of second version of the film that you're willing to release?
Yeah, I have 7 or 8 different versions. Each one I have to create just for that media. You know, art is not something we have really, is something we probably don't have. You negotiate with the obstacles, that becomes the art itself, such as flat, you create depth. And so for each version, I shot in the biggest clarity and dimensions, and for each one, I have to make an adjustment and recreate.
And you obviously went for a newcomer in Joe for the lead role, who I think you said before looks quite different to how you initially envisaged Billy Lynn to look. So I was wondering what it was about him that really captured you and felt that he was even worth kind of changing the whole idea of the character in your own mind to complement him, bring him into the story.
Well, it's a minute into reading, obviously top-notch talent. Like, thank you, God. Bingo. It didn't look like how I imagined, because he's very good looking. But the sensitivity he has is all plus. I think it's a face. It's very easy for the audience to dwell on, to devote to him and take his point of view, which is very important in carrying the movies. So we watch the movie, experience the movie from him. We want to identify with him. So I think he has both. The performance, the fresh performance, the talent, and the disposition.
And also, obviously, Kristen Stewart's in the movie as well, and she's an actress who, obviously, Twilight's a long way behind her now. She's working with just incredible filmmakers. I mean, what's she like to collaborate with? There's obviously a reason why people are so desperate to get her on board in their projects.
She's a good actress and very, very serious about acting. Very serious. Gave a lot. Is an excellent actor. Did
you even attempt to try and reunite Destiny's Child for this movie? Was there even any conversations of trying to get the real Beyonce and Michelle's to come into this film?
I had fancy thought. Well, first of all, I'm really gracious they even allow us to do this for the first time for movie. They never allowed the the use of their songs, let alone portrayal of them. So I was very grateful. I had that fancy thought, but when the movie is shot, I thought, from those soldiers' point of view, all perspective, it's kind of a wonderful thing. I have a shot when they greet her. It's kind of wonderful to see all the faces. The young those fans get excited without seeing her face. You just see her fluffy hair. I was very happy with that. So that's how I did the scene.
I mean, coming up, obviously, Thriller in Manila, that's the one I'm so incredibly excited. It's one of the kind of greatest sporting events of all time. Has that one started casting yet? What's the kind of, whereabouts is that project at the moment?
Very slow. Yeah. Slower than I will. Actually, I want to do it before Billy Lynn. That's the one I wanted to do after Life of Pi. But it's way too expensive for what it is. So I'm still struggling financially with that movie. I hope I get to do that someday.
because I mean, obviously following on for Billy Lynn, do you actually find when you're dealing with characters like Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier that you might also again look towards newcomers, just because I guess sometimes when there's a biopic, it's easier sometimes to believe in people we don't have a real kind of we recognise so much as being them.
For what I understand, yeah, it's very much true for Ali. I think newcomer would be good, somebody fresh, because he's the biggest icon we have, probably in history. But for Joe Frazier, no, I think a veteran actor would be good, because Joe is somebody who really carries emotion. He's every man. So I think that can be anybody, but probably the young Ali will need a new actor.
Yeah. Thank you so much for your time today. Much
Thank
appreciated.
you.
Cheers. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey You Guys, huh?
Hey, you guys.
Is that from the Goonies?
It is indeed, yeah.
Nice.
Hey,